Alright, Celeste's account. What was Celeste? The track jacket and stuff, right?
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it? Well, clues are one thing, but... Did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah, all we need right now is any kind of new info. It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer, and only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man! Game over!
Yeah! Not game over!
No, as a matter of fact, there is an eyewitness account.
So you get why I couldn't read Justice's line at first, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty obvious.
It was upside down and halfway across off the screen, and
Alright. No, that's wrong!
Yeah.
So should we call that guy just Hero? The guy with the afro?
I call him Hero, yeah.
Alright,
I believe someone else did.
Your feet, okay?
What? Oh, okay. I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you have no idea, did you? That's why you're all making such ugly noises. Whatever, just hurry up and tell us! It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse.
I'm just curious how Genocide Jack's not getting
I saw him
analyzed.
stuffing a trap jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise. A trap jacket in a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder. Seems likely the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence. And that's when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
In his pants. Which means that, conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much.
Oh.
Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
Point is, whoever he met up with is a culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was. But knowing what we know, I can't even guess. I can.
Who?
You're ahead of me then. I have no freaking clue.
Well, here.
No?
Okay, Rhino, run down the list of the male characters. Just list them off.
Justice, Byakuya, Mondo.
Wait, what was that last one?
Mondo?
Byakuya?
Okay, next.
Well, I list. Okay, so Justice, Byakuya, Mondo, big hair guy, fat guy.
It wouldn't be fat guy. He doesn't work out. It
Okay.
It wouldn't be Byakuya. Nobody likes him. I don't think it would be Afro
Justice.
guy because nobody likes him either.
You think it's Justice?
No, I don't. I think it's the person who made a promise to never hurt Chihiro.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, you already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Hey, she heard us.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of.
Oh my god, something just occurred to me.
But
Mondo and Justice were out all night.
The day before that.
Oh.
In the sauna?
Oh.
Yeah, that was the day before. Chihiro was still alive the next day.
I'll be honest, a lot of those blurred together.
Bro!
Wait. Question. Wasn't Mondo completely dressed in the sauna?
Yes, he was.
Well, I don't think he had his shirt on, but he had the jacket still.
No, I'm fairly certain he had everything on.
Maybe.
So where was his thing?
Where was his what?
Handbook.
I don't know, in the locker room? And plus, Monokuma said it's waterproof.
It's waterproof
He said
and
it's
like
waterproof.
it's like indestructible, he said.
Except
But
for
he
like
has
one
one
thing,
weekend.
which we don't know.
Guys,
What?
what happens if a device gets too hot? It can overheat. Damn.
Okay, yes, but that doesn't explain how Leon's had that.
Yeah.
Okay. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who is waiting for it.
Are you sure
Another
about that?
John Cena.
You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
Freaking genocide shit.
What, you want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it. As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to check it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special. Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between it and the culprit, or between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket. I almost stumbled over he for a second.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer?
It was blue!
Somehow, it's really hard to believe.
So it was Yosh?
Dun dun dun. No, that means I'm the victim?
Aha, I knew it.
I'm dead!
You were a boy this whole time.
I'm a dead boy! Alright, let's get reading.
First of all, we know where the Chihiro was headed.
The
He was on his
Chihiro.
way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose a specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit? I got it. He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black!
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit, personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to finding out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
Question. Oh, that's me, but still, question.
Mondo knew the color.
Yes, and only Celeste says she knew about it. Celeste said only she knew about it.
Is the thing frozen?
No, I'm waiting for E to speak.
Oh, sorry. You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it.
She's right. What he said just now is really odd. How did he know something like that?
Da, 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 da.
Where did I just get a text from?
No, that's wrong!
I mean, it's right, but...
I mean, it's... Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say? Huh? What'd I say? When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit? What do you just...
Hey Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit? As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you. Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation. And the only reason he would have known that what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
So how about it? Did you see the tracksuit, or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
Except it was in a duffel bag.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony. In her bag, and then she was gone. When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If he just ran into him briefly, he couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps, but you handled in the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with. What a bunch of nonsense. Now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprits. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Kyoko, you should know that you're pointing, but Mondo's literally right next to you.
I know, I'm pointing at her.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Because I hate him.
I actually don't know.
I'm
The way he was acting? Or the way he talked? I don't know, actually.
Maybe it's the way he talked. I'm not going to apologize. There was a certain turning point.
Try speaking a little louder for her lines.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you seem to refer to men and women different.
He did call him a dude.
Oh!
We call guys dude, and for girls, it's chick.
I noticed that. I thought it was just like, ugh.
I thought it was just too.
And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't. You noticed such a tiny detail? Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful! No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
Yes.
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Because you're a gangster.
Touche!
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
Thank you, bro!
Bro.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. Finally nearly come. I'm sorry. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds
wait,
me.
that's supposed to be the serious
Fumi,
ones.
weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence? Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here, call me. I'll be all that.
Jeez, did your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man, just tell us.
If you really insist, then... here it is. What do you have there? It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to...
Chihiro?
Yeah, because hers was missing. Or his.
Not gonna say anything.
Look, you know it's gonna take me a while to get used to it.
Look, I don't even know what I'd call that person.
I mean, they're a him. It's just I just need to get used to it. We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact. For a fact, indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping, but it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder. That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile. You're right, they're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one. And yet, this one does appear to be broken. As is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate. Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there some way? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. By hitting its weak point. You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Ah, you remember that. Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was. But if the handbook was supposed to never break, and the two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you and someone else decides to copy it, that would not be very good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well. I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a random meltdown and totally...
I flipping knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook lying on the floor of the sauna!
I would say good job, E, but...
You've played this game,
I was trying to
so
point
it's...
guys towards it.
Yeah, say good job to E for this game is kind of like if someone reads a Sherlock Holmes book, then hands it to you and says, I know how this ends.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin.
That's actually true science.
If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel it burning when you move around. So when you're in sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting! I learned one new fact today!
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed, quite the mystery.
Should I say what my theory is just so I could be like, haha, I knew it?
I mean,
Sure.
It's kind of obvious at this point.
Yeah,
Kind of, not really.
the handbook they think is Leon's is actually Mondo's. He switched it for Leon so that he had one after his burned or got ruined in the sauna.
Oh, well, I didn't know about that particular one.
That's
That may be true.
Should I confirm or deny?
Hold off until later. I just wanted to say it just so, like, if it does come up, it could be like, I knew it. I was not stupid.
Okay. What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They realized it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. Once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was... Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? It had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was... me!
Monokuma.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it? What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? Bro! And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
We did?
I think so.
Of which particular aspect?
Oh, jeez. Let's take Miko's first assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's
That's
handbook is
huge.
actually broken, that proves what Makoto said is right. My goddamn handbook works just fine! See, look, Makoto was wrong after all!
Right? You know?
Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Right now.
So I'm guessing you had to go through a whole cycle or something.
Yeah, I didn't realize that you had disconnected. But we're about to go through it a second time, so...
Okay, good, because I don't know what the proof is.
I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during their sauna showdown. If I could just prove that, and that will show that the handbook Mondo has must actually be... Mondo... No, that's wrong!
Did someone at least do the Celeste voice?
I did, yeah. I did all your voices. Mondo.
No, he did them the best he could.
I did all the voices that you for the characters that you had, basically. Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours? The fuck is that supposed to mean? The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right, the punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
It's made of
Enough to destroy
Nintendo.
Leon, though.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's. Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
Doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited? Oh my god.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit, but no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but... son of a bitch.
What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong.
Bro.
You are wrong. You have to be wrong.
Bro.
Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will
time for
become
the-
clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
I think it's time for the wrap-up. Mom, get started.
Closing argument. Whoosh. Boom, boom. Tick, tick, tick.